crazy Uncle Gene or whoever, they start talking about politics, just have your little AI chatbot open under the edge of the table, ask it for like some things that you might want to try to redirect the conversation to. Hello and welcome back to a special holiday edition of Call Me Data. I'm David Gleason from All In on Data, and as usual, I'm here with my co-founder and business partner, Peter Memon.
Hey David, how are you today? And as always, I have to comment on the shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Sharks today, holiday edition. Why not like elves or Santa or menorahs or something?
Bad planning on my part.
I know.
Yes. Speaking of bad planning, we're going to jump off the deep end today. We're going to do something a little bit different. We have no idea what we're actually going to do.
Yes.
In this special holiday edition of the podcast, we are going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to be completely off script. There is no script, so we're
we're going to wing this. We're going to wing this one totally. And you know, sitting here before we actually came up with this, because we had no ideas today. Usually we have a really good, solid idea of what we're going to speak about, and we plan ahead. And today we totally winging it. We were like, well, it's the holidays. Let's try something new and different. So, and how do you use artificial intelligence and AI to benefit you during holiday season?
Yes.
Which is, given for a lot of people, it's difficult. Let's see what we can do here.
So you know what they say about live demos and how they're always
something's going to go wrong.
That's right. So, but we're going to attempt to really live use AI to create a holiday song.
Yes.
And then we're going to do some other special features after that.
Exactly. And through the magic of post-processing, it's going to look beautiful and wonderful and perfect. And we'll see how this goes.
Thanks to our talented crew. It'll look like we knew what we were doing the whole time, but I can assure you,
all illusion.
We don't.
No, we're totally going to wing this. So David, should we start? Let's see where we go with this.
Let's set it up. So what are we going to try to do here, Peter?
So you know what? I look, people always ask me for gifts and what do I like, and I'm always like, I don't know. I'm really bad at telling people what to buy me. So we're going to try something today. We're going to ask Gemini, and we're going to see what Gemini comes up with. So with that, let's give it a whirl and let's see what happens.
All right. So Gemini is going to figure out what you need for Christmas, and then based on that, we're going to write a song.
Yes, we're going to write a song out of that, and then, if I'm correct, we're also going to make a video.
Yes, we are. We're going to try to.
We're going to try to make a video out of all that. So this is totally mindless. We get that, and then we also have a list of other things we're going to discuss.
Some helpful hints how to use AI and maybe how not to use AI to get you through the holidays.
So let's give this a whirl. Let's see what happens.
Let's
so
try
first off, let's chat with Gemini. Hello, Gemini. How are you today? Why are you not speaking?
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Well, Gemini, so what we're going to do today is I need you to provide me a list of 12 items that people could potentially get me as gifts for Christmas and holiday season. So I need to kind of ask me a bunch of questions to get a sense of what I like and what I don't like and what kind of budget I'm asking for.
That sounds fun. To get the best list for you, let's start with a few questions. Are there any particular hobbies or interests you have, like reading, gaming, cooking, or something else? And generally, what kind of budget are we thinking for these gifts?
So I have a lot of interest. Certainly I love to read. And I think as David knows as well, I certainly love my tequilas. I love my fine bourbons. I like my Cabernets. And also I like to woodwork. Another big hobby of mine. And of course I like photography and I don't know, Dave, what else? You know me. What else? I like a lot of different things. It's hard to kind of narrow it down, but I don't know. Ask me some more questions. Let's see if we can narrow this down a little bit further.
That's a great range. So with reading, do you prefer specific genres like fiction, history, or something else?
All the above.
And for Got it. And for the woodworking, are there any specific tools or projects you've been considering? Or perhaps materials? And finally, for the budget, are we looking more at smaller, thoughtful gifts or something more significant?
All right, so for woodworking, I love to build mid-century modern furniture. So why don't we start with that? For photography, I love new gear. And let's go from there. Now, I'm not looking for high-end, crazy budget over here. I mean, obviously, I'd love it to be unlimited, but let's be practical. Let's say thoughtful gifts in the $50 to $100 range. How about that? I think she's thinking, David.
She must be thinking hard.
Thinking very hard.
I'm really curious why you have Gemini speaking to you in a British accent.
I like that. I think it's actually the Australian accent because I like it.
All right. Does it automatically
It's better
make you
to-
seem smarter?
I think it makes me, it's just something about the accent. It seems a little bit smarter.
All right.
I hope it provides some good ideas. Let me know if you'd like to explore any other gift options.
Well, you didn't provide me with any ideas yet, but yes, give me a list. You haven't given me the list yet.
I apologize for the confusion. I have created the list for you with 12 items based on your interests and budget. It's saved as Christmas and holiday gifts in your notes. Would you like me to read it aloud again?
Oh, let's read that out loud.
Certainly. The 12 items on your Christmas and holiday gifts list are 1. Curated book subscription box, $50 to $150. 2. Set of 4 crystal bourbon tumblers, $50 to $100. High quality cocktail smoker kit for bourbon, $75 to $150. Unique decanter for Cabernet or bourbon, $100 to $200. Book on mid-century modern furniture design, $50 to $75. High-quality set of woodworking clamps, $100 to $200. Premium exotic wood veneer samples for projects, $50 to $108. Stylish genuine leather camera strap, $70 to $159. Portable travel tripod, $100 to $200. Professional lens cleaning kit, $50 to $100. Artisanal tequila tasting set with unique salts or mixes, $50 to $150, and sleek weather-resistant camera backpack, $100 to $200. Is there anything to add or adjust?
No, I think you did a phenomenal job, Gemini. I think for that, because you did such a great job, we're going to take your list and we're going to convert it to song.
Yes, we are. So
Let's give that a shot.
I captured several of those things. I'm not sure I captured all of them, but I captured a bunch of them.
Okay, let me get you the list. Let's
And
try.
we're going to attempt to write a song based on
All
it.
right,
So
let me capture the list and let's go from there.
All right. So I'm going to attempt to use Suno, which is a highly controversial AI music generator, but does a pretty decent job. And I'm going to say write a song. Actually, we're going to say write a Christmas carol in the style of the 12 Days of Christmas.
Okay, I like that idea. First, I'm going to send you the list that she so nicely gave me. Okay, there it is. It's not exactly pretty, but it's there.
Okay, Peter, well, I'm using Suno, and I asked you to write a Christmas carol in the style of the 12 Days of Christmas, sung by Peter about what he received for Christmas. Make it in the style of a Bing Crosby carol or other 1950s pop Christmas tunes. And I included several of the gifts that Gemini recommended for you.
Okay,
So
let's see what it comes up with.
Let's generate that and see what we get.
So let's talk about Suno quickly to explain to our listeners what it actually is. Because it's a remarkable tool, incredibly powerful.
We are going to be doing a podcast episode in the new year about Suno. We're going to hopefully have some real musicians, and we're going to talk about the pros and cons of Suno.
I love that.
Suno is an AI-generated tool that is specifically to write songs, and it works on text prompts, but you can give it fairly detailed prompts around the types, the style of music. You can tell it the exact lyrics you want to use, or you can give it inspiration for the lyrics, and you can refine the songs using text prompts. And it's really frightening because it actually generates complete songs with lyrics, with multi-part instrumental arrangements, and lots of other things.
That's interesting.
It's eerily good.
And I think after we come up with this version of me singing like Bing Crosby, I think we need to make it a little bit more New York-centric.
I like that one. Okay, so now, eerily good is probably not how you're going to respond to my first attempt to create this. But I present to you the 12 Days of Peter's Christmas, premiering here for the first time.
I love this.
On the first day of Christmas, I open with glee a cocktail smoker kit just for me. On the second day of Christmas, what did I see?
I love this.
Furniture design book and a smoker kit for me. On the third day of Christmas, under my tree, 3 woodworking clams.
Oh my! I'm
Furniture
speechless.
design book and a smoker kit just
Pretty good, right?
This is the first time I've heard Suno before, and I had no idea it was so amazing.
Here's what I see. 4 wood veneer samples, 3
Oh
woodworking
my.
plans, a furniture
I'm utterly
design
amazed
and a
at the
smoker
quality.
kit just for me.
We'll let go one more verse.
On the 5th day of Christmas, shining with glee.
And now we have a whole chorus going on too.
4 wood veneer samples, 3 woodworking plans, a furniture design book and a smoker kit just for me.
You want to hear one more verse?
No, I want to go with something else.
Sat down
All right.
a sturdy
This is incredible.
a leather camera strap, 4 wood veneer samples, 3 woodworking plans, a furniture design book and a smoker
Oh
just
my. I'm in awe. I am speechless. I cannot believe it is that good.
And that was literally less than 2 minutes of work to
That
generate,
is
right?
incredible.
So let's do this. Let's write a song.
Or we can get really creative since we're in
In
New
the
York City,
style
Lower East
of-
Side. We can make it sound like punk rock from, the 1980s.
Oh, which would you like to do?
I don't know, kind of both there are pretty good. I think we go, you know what, we're in the Lower East Side. Let's celebrate that we're here. Days of CBGB. Let's make it in the style of punk rock. Let's do it that.
All right, so I'm going to say write a song in the style of 1980s NYC punk rock,
Yes.
right? And we're going to say it's about gifts received by Peter, including the following. And we have your gift list still there. All right.
Oh, I
And
love this. This is gonna be
We're
good.
going to let it rip and see what we get. Do
Now-
you want the vocalist to be male or female, or should we just see what we come up with?
Let's see what it comes up with.
Okay.
Maybe we got male. Let's try female.
I was going to
All right,
put
you know what?
Blondie in as inspiration.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a good one. I mean, hey, look, she started her career then in CBGB, so I don't see why not.
Yeah. Well, let's see what we got. We got one song already for Peter's gifts. So, driving bass lines, fast-paced drums sounds promising.
Yeah, I
right?
like that. Oh, God. It's good.
Well, the lyrics are great.
I can't wait to hear them. I love this.
And here comes the big chorus. You ready?
Yep.
Pretty good, right?
That needs to be converted into a video. So
We'll definitely convert
That's
that
the
one
one that
to
you
a
have to convert
video.
into a video.
Yeah.
That is far more original than the other one.
Yes. So,
Oh, I love this.
I hope this has given you some inspiration for how you can create some customized Christmas songs. Look, if you're really out of time and you forgot to buy something for Hanukkah or for Christmas for a family member, write them a song.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Spend 2 minutes, come up with a good prompt, and get a song.
Yeah, yeah. So
What's
using
better than that?
using a prompting tool like Gemini or your favorite tool, you can come up with some good ideas for that person, and then
Yes.
turn it into a song with Suno, and there you have it.
Yeah, come on. You can write a personalized song. I mean, let's give 15 qualities about David that are awesome and make it into a song. How
Yeah.
great would that be?
Yeah. Now, let's do one more thing with this song to close out with, and then we're going to talk about some other
Yes.
survival tips with AI.
Yeah.
for
No,
Christmas.
that's we'll segue to that.
I'm going to say make it sound like it's sung by Blondie.
Oh,
Since
even better. I like
Blondie
that.
was one of the original New York City scenesters.
Yep. She was.
We'll say make it sound like it's sung by Blondie at CBGB. Don't know what CBGB
I'm dying to know what comes
sounds
out of
like.
this.
Couldn't generate that. Oh, interesting. Well, you can't reference specific
Oh, a
artists. Although,
person.
funny enough, we were able to reference Bing Crosby and
Yeah,
others.
well, it's probably because it's older, is my guess.
All right,
And it's
but
probably
we're
out
gonna
of
say-
old copy. It's no longer copyrighted or trademarked, the way you want to call it.
I substituted Blondie for a female punk rocker at
That's
CBGB.
perfect. Let's see what that comes up with.
And we're going to come up with one more version of this song for you. The other song was called Peter's Gifts. This is called Peter's Presents. It looks like, let's see if the lyrics, oh, no, different lyrics. This is good. Almost ready. Oh, this is going to be funny. I'm reliving my childhood.
I was just going to say,
I misspent
imagine having
youth.
this when we were kids.
Peter's got a cocktail smoker kid, blowing rings like a downtown misfit. Furniture book pages slick with greed. Design dreams, but who's got the name? Peter, gift receiver. What's it mean, huh? What's the fever? Clips and strips and symbols too, but is the gift really for me or you? Working clams, gripping tight, holding together his endless bite.
Oh, I don't.
Looks real good, but what's under there? Leather strap, a camera's noose. Snap your life, but cut it loose. Peter,
Oh my.
what's
I
it mean?
am.
Fever, clamps and straps and symbols too, but who's the gift really for?
I'm blown away.
Me or you?
Pretty good,
I
right?
am blown away. No, beyond pretty good. This
Oh.
is.
There's even a bridge.
Oh,
This is the bridge.
Steady but the ground shakes. Lens cleaning kit for all your mistakes.
Now, come on. Tell me.
no.
Wouldn't your grandmother love a song like this for the holidays?
absolutely. Oh
Yeah.
my God, this would be awesome. I imagine I could sit and make a song for my mom and come up in 30 seconds and play it
Yeah.
during Christmas and kind of put it on the background and she's listening to it and like that sounds like me.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be fine.
So-
Italian grandmother to block to what do you call it, to punk rock.
All right, so I think we've concluded our experimentation with AI song generation, but
We did.
hopefully you found that fun.
mean-
And I know now if I show up at your house Christmas caroling, I'm going to be singing one of these
You're
songs.
going to be singing one of these, absolutely. Yeah, no, most
Yeah.
definitely. If you come to my house, you will definitely be.
Neighbors
doing one
might
of these.
call the police if I do that, but that's okay.
I can't say I blame them, quite honestly, but
All right.
I'm impressed. But
Our next entirely pointless segment in this podcast is going to be our recommendations on how to use AI to get you through the holiday season and how not to
move
use
this out of the
AI
way
to
for a
get you
second,
through
yes.
the holiday season. So we all know that holidays are fun. It's a great time to be hanging out with your family,
Right.
but it's also stressful and full of challenges. So sometimes
yes,
you need a little help.
You need a little help. So you're sitting at the dinner table and your family's there, and they come in from, I don't know, we'll say the Midwest, different part of the country, and they have a different way of speaking to you.
Right.
Shall we say?
Yes.
They might be, we'll call it Midwestern nice.
Okay, so number one on our list is,
The passive aggressive translator.
yes,
I think a great example here is from the one that comes from my mother-in-law. Translate this from Midwestern polite to brutal truth. Oh, this is a store-bought pie. It's so consistent. What does that translate into, David?
AI translation is, she hates it, she knows you didn't bake it, and she's judging you for your lack of domestic prowess.
I like that, and that's probably very true. I personally want the one that translates from Midwestern nice to New York.
Oh,
speak.
yeah.
New York
that would
City
be-
speak,
That would be even more brutal.
which I'm sure it's actually going to be quite
Right.
brutal.
Does it involve, hey, I'm walking here somewhere? I don't know.
Oh, this is my real favorite one because we know this these days. This is true.
Yes.
It used to be when we were young, you made a meal. You made a meal. Everybody ate the meal. Now everybody's got all sorts of dietary restrictions. So you need a dietary restriction Tetris solver, we'll call it. Plan a Hanukkah dinner for 8 people, where one is keto, one is gluten-free, one is allergic to joy, garlic, and one refuses to eat anything green. And I generate a menu that won't make me cry and cost $1 million and just generally drive everybody nuts.
Yeah, and then as a follow-up, you can also ask AI to generate a nice polite speech to explain to your guests why they're being served nothing but air and almond flour based on their dietary
Which is basically what you're
restrictions.
going to get out of that.
Yeah.
But tell me, haven't you encountered that?
Oh, absolutely.
Someplace, everybody's got their own little, thing these days about what they cannot eat because it affects them. But whatever, let's move on to the
Yep.
next one, which we find, I think, even really relevant these days.
Oh,
the
yeah.
The political diffuser script.
Yes, the political diffuser script, which is when politics, sometimes people around the family, crazy Uncle Gene or whoever, they start talking about politics. So you just have your little AI chatbot open under the edge of the table and you ask it for some things that you might want to try to redirect the conversation to. Like, give me a neutral, boring fact about 18th century agrarian economics so I can change the subject.
I love that one.
So you could say, hey, speaking of policy, did you know the 1794 Whiskey Rebellion had a profound impact on tax law? Could I have some gravy, please?
I love that one. Now let's go back to the next one.
Yes.
And I think that's all relevant because everybody has political discussions, unfortunately, during
Yes.
those times, and everybody's never on the same side of the aisle. The generic colleague card writer. I found this one interesting.
Yes.
You need to write a card to Gary in accounting.
It might be a text message. It might be a Teams message. But
Yes.
right, Gary says something like, Peter, I hope you have a wonderful holiday. You barely know Gary, but you want to respond.
Right.
What are you going to do?
I wanted to write a warm holiday message for a coworker I barely know. Mention spreadsheets, metaphorically, of course, so it feels personal, but keep it under 15 words so I don't have to have hand cramps. And go right ahead.
Excellent. See, I think AI would be great for that.
I think
right?
it would too.
Come
Probably
up
come up with something very touchy-feely, make you feel good, like you put some effort into it, and make them feel good.
I think I'd like a version too that also works for like cocktail party small talk. I'm terrible at small talk.
Oh,
and I'd
I
love to have
know,
when
I know.
Someone comes up and says something. I'm like, I have no idea what to say to that.
You know what kind of, when you one of those, like, Apple, you have the translator now, so you
Yeah.
can translate the conversations in real time.
Yes.
You need the cocktail one. You pop into your ear, and it just whispers things to you when you're speaking to somebody you know nothing about.
Hey, Peter, did you know the 1794 Whiskey Rebellion had a profound impact on agrarian
Did it
economies?
really? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow, I
Right.
wonder what whiskey tasted like in
I just need a few-
1794.
I need a few smart things to say like that.
I do. Just kind of come up the top of my tongue like that. I'm not so witty. I hate to say it, but
And I have to confess, this is one I probably would have used as a kid. It's the gift reaction simulator to help you practice
love
your
this one.
reaction to those gifts that are well intended but sort of miss the mark, right?
Right.
So your prompt might be, give me a script for reacting to receiving a pair of neon toe socks from my grandmother. I want to sound grateful, surprised, but not so enthusiastic that she buys me another pair next year. And that is the really key part.
that is the key part.
Because
That's
we've
hard.
all had that thing where you're like, oh my gosh, this is great. Thank
I know.
you.
Thank you, but don't ever
And,
do that
and the
again.
gift giver says, oh, perfect. I know to get them next year, too. And you're
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh, no, what have
Like,
I
no,
done?
please don't do that for me ever again.
Yeah. In fact, Peter, I actually practiced this one. So I have a example here. Let me see if I can
Go from
find
here.
it.
Go.
Yes. So I actually practiced the generic thank you. I wrote a prompt that said, write a thank you note for a hand-knitted pickle jar cozy. I was just trying to think of something absolutely ridiculous. Focus on the thoughtfulness of it rather than the utility of the item, and make it sound like I really plan to use it. And it gave me a pretty good script.
sure it
It's for a
did.
thank you note.
Let's hear what it says.
Dear Aunt Alice, thank you so much for the hand-knitted pickle jar cozy. I was honestly so touched that you took the time to make something this unique by hand. You really know how much I appreciate a one-of-a-kind kitchen accessory. The color you chose is just perfect. That specific shade of yarn adds such a vibrant pop of texture to the refrigerator shelf. It really elevates the entire condiment section and makes the Vlasic jar look incredibly distinguished next to that plain mustard. It's already found its home on the top shelf. Thank you again for such a creative and thoughtful surprise.
Oh my God, that's
Right.
good.
How
That's
can you
perfect.
go wrong with that?
I could have never composed something like that, no matter how I tried.
Right.
I'm sorry.
So-
I think Hemingway would have a problem composing something like that. And that's pretty good.
So hopefully you can see there's some great ways you can use AI as a survival tool to help you cope. But there are some danger zones too.
Yes, there are.
We've got 5 examples of things you should not use AI for to get you through the holidays.
We do. Let's
All
start
right.
with item number 1. And this one I think is a little more relatively common. Let's use the deepfakes for an absentee relative, and let's plug them into a picture.
Oh, yes.
That can
We've
come
all
up-
been tempted. Hey, let's take Uncle Larry, who missed the holidays
Right.
this year, and put him in the family picture.
And then let's find out, why does Uncle Larry have 7 fingers on one hand? Or perhaps he's missing an arm or a leg.
And half
or
his body
something
is
else.
part of the Christmas tree. And
Yeah, all sorts of weird stuff happening. Even if it's really good and it looks legit and professional, but
Don't do it.
Still, don't do it. Not a good idea. This is like old style Photoshop. Just not a good idea. I personally like the next one even better though. Things not to do. The AI generated heartfelt toast. Asking an LLM to write a tearjerker toast for Christmas Eve dinner without editing it. The result is, of course, and I love this one, you stand up drunk. I'm sorry, you stand up, you clink, you might stand up drunk as well. You clink your glass, I probably would be, and say, greetings, biological family units. It's an AI language model. I don't feel love. But I calculate your proximity is statistically significant to my happiness database. Cheers. Probably not a good idea,
Yes,
David.
AI slop is alive and real, and never use AI-generated text without a nice, thorough review and editing
And I got a good
process.
one though, since you can, these are all multimodal. Take a picture of everybody at their dinner table and go, now I need a greetings for all these people sitting around the table. Go and see what comes out of that. Probably not a good idea, right?
Probably not a good idea.
But a thoughtful one.
The next thing we don't recommend is using AI to auto-reply to those holiday texts you get. Look, we all know this time of year, people you haven't spoken to in the last 10 to 12 months come out of the woodwork, sending you random messages, wishing this finds you well and things like that. And it is tiresome trying to come up with, how do I reply for the 369th time to someone who's hopes that this message finds me well. But don't give in to the temptation, just turn it over to AI, because eventually AI will start hallucinating and making nonsense. You will end up responding to your boss's happy holidays text with something crazy like, I hope this finds you well. I'm trapped in a server farm. Please send cookies and help. Right? Like, this is not going to end well.
I like to correlate to that a lot better. You're at you say yes at three, what do you call them, New Year's Eve parties that you have no intentions of going to.
Yes, that would be the worst.
That's the likely one.
Looking forward to seeing you there, and suddenly you've just
told everybody, people you never see, that you're going to a party that you don't want to be at.
Yes.
Then of course the next classic one, which I think is a great one. Well, no, the last one's the best, but I'll leave that one to you. The custom bedtime story that goes completely rogue. Telling AI to make up a story about Santa fighting a dragon to get the kids to sleep, but forgetting to set safety parameters. That can be interesting on multiple levels, but hey, let's see what comes out of that. The story ends with Santa having an existential crisis about consumerism and the dragon unionizing the reindeer. The kids are now awake and asking difficult questions about labor law.
That would be the best possible outcome of that, because if you don't have the safety settings set, you could really traumatize
you go sideways fast. There's nothing good about this.
Yes. Speaking of traumatizing your kids, this is not exactly using AI, but I would say if you have Elf on the Shelf or Mensch on the Bench or any of the other
copies,
please resist the temptation to tell your kids that that Elf on the Shelf is actually powered by AI, and it's using facial recognition and voice tone detection to detect your behavior and transmit that back to Santa's database. It's fine. You might get momentary compliance out of your kid, but you're going to raise them to be absolutely paranoid about living in a surveillance state, because they're never going to trust that Elf on the Shelf again.
But some parents are going to do that.
Yeah, I can see where it would be very tempting.
I can see where it would be really tempting to do that. But yes, I think that's probably a really bad idea. Look, I'm no fan of all the AI toys that are out there now that people are giving their kids, some of which have gone sideways, saying things they clearly should not. So, yes, the Elf on the Shelf surveillance state is probably not a good idea.
Probably not the best idea.
Yeah, you don't want your kids freaking out as they get older. So,
but I hope this has been moderately entertaining and fun. I hope you've got some great ideas on how not to use AI to get through the holidays.
Yes.
I hope you love Peter's song.
I do.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm impressed. Hey, look, I can't wait to see the video.
I'll be working on that, and hopefully you'll see it. And thank you for watching Call Me Data. We wish you all happy holidays and a great New Year. We will be back with a New Year special episode as well.
We will. Thank you, everybody, once again for watching the Call Me Data podcast. And again, have a great holiday season.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this podcast, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to us over on YouTube. And make sure to stay up to date with us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well.
On the first day of Christmas, I open with glee a cocktail smoker kit just for me. On the second day of Christmas, what did I see? A furniture design book and a smoker kit for me. On the third day of Christmas, under my tree, 3 woodworking clams.